Hello, YouTube. Hopefully, you guys can hear me because it's quite loud. I'm at a restaurant on the main road, but with a very beautiful view. Let me show you guys. Lush. And so it's been a it's been a very interesting day. Feels like today's really dragged on, and maybe it's just the energy in San Marcos. But a lot of people are carrying a lot of density, a lot of exhaustion. Um, Maybe it has to do with the planetary movements, but also like numerologically, today is a master frequency day. It's an 11, 2911. And so master number frequencies are often uncomfortable, and people that have master numbers in their chart, um, albeit have a lot of potency in the power that they have to create and um, master. But the challenges are equally um, difficult, and the potential to destroy is equally high in magnitude. And so for me, like periods of full moons, new moons, and dates with master number frequencies is like, yeah, the energy is going to be intense, and it will really bring out certain aspects of our shadows that we're dealing with. And so for me today, I feel upon reflection, today being an 11 day, really has been about anchoring in with the vision that I have in terms of how I want this business to grow and what are the steps that I need to get there, and really honing in on the structure and the foundations of my content strategy. And I had a very few productive hours. I'm really honing in on the blueprint as to all the steps that I need to take for long form format and short form format. And so I was really tapping into that masculine within to make sure that the structure and the foundations are in place for that vision to be executed. Um, and so I'm pleased with how my outcome, how my productivity has yielded the outcome today. And so moving into tomorrow, 17th of March, it's a 30/3, which is the rawest form of creativity being channeled through of a higher order, with 3 and the 0 essentially adds a higher order, and an emphasis of the potency of God consciousness fueling that uh, channel of energy driven by 3. And so 3 plus 0 equaling 3, fundamentally it's a 3 life path day. And so tomorrow's going to be a day where expressing yourself through forms of communication, through connection, creativity, the necessity and the desire to express what's in the heart authentically is very much in resonance tomorrow. And for those who are creative or tapped into their creativity, it's a day where you'll likely get a lot of creative ideas. And if that is the case, if you are in alignment to that channel being opened within you, it's important to discern between what are the flows of creativity that are actually worth putting attention into, because it's very easy to spread yourself thin. As a 3 life path myself, I'm very much familiar with wanting to take on too many things at the same time, even though we have the capacity to execute multiple things at the same time. It's very easy to spread ourselves too thin and be naive in our optimism of how realistic it is for us to execute multiple things at a time. And so it's in the polarity of that feminine expression of the 3 where the lessons are, and the polarity of the 3 being innately creative and feminine. The polarity is the masculine. It requires that structure in order for that creativity to flow through. And so for me, taking my flow of creation into tomorrow, it's like, okay, there's more masculinity in terms of the structure of my business that I need to hone in on. And once that's in place, the creative flow will just naturally happen. And for me, that looks like cutting the long form video that I have ready to be posted on Wednesday, 19th of March, which 1 and 9, the beginning and the end, incredibly potent day, that too being on the new year according to the Hindu calendar. A very auspicious day to begin new things and a new cycle beginning. And so I've committed to myself, thanks to the guidance of my dad. Shout out to my dad. He's been incredibly supportive and giving such great feedback with my videos and how I want to just really good advice in terms of how I can express myself better and show up better in front of the camera. And I've been taking on his lessons, and I'm very grateful for that. So thanks, Dad. Yeah, so for me and for you, I would encourage you to do whatever practice necessary to clean your energy and maintain that clarity to the channel, for creative ideas to come through, and just be wary of spreading yourself too thin, and really hone in on that emphasis to express yourself and communicate what's on your heart. If you feel like there's any resistance or there's some sort of dispute that you want to clear out, or some sort of out of balance connection with somebody or something, tomorrow is a really good day to fight through that resistance and see what's on the other side. A philosophy of mine is that anytime I notice resistance towards a certain direction in which I can potentially move into, that resistance is a sign that there's growth to be experienced through that door opening. And the ego doesn't like discomfort, and change is uncomfortable. And so it's often through having that bravery and courage to step through that door, despite the resistance, is where we grow. And it's always through our hardest moments that we experience the most benefit, looking back, and all the lessons that we learn from that experience. And so, yeah, I'm very excited for tomorrow. I'm always excited to tap into my creativity, but I'm also appreciating so much more the necessity and the real requirement for the masculine to show up and step up in a layer of stability and strength, like a mountain, where it doesn't matter what chaos is brought in front of it, the foundations are so solid that nothing can shake it. And it's that comfort and that safety that the feminine yearns for in order to be fully expressive within that container. And so that very much reflects in relationships, but it's mostly important to maintain and build that connection with both masculine and feminine within ourselves. And as a naturally creative person, I know that the structure is something that isn't necessarily a strong suit initially, but once I tap into that and understand what are the things I need to do, then it just unfolds, because that's what the feminine requires in order for it to express. And so, anyway, that's my stream of consciousness for today. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to enjoy dinner with my two friends that are going to be joining me, Dora and Ethan, and have a restful night. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a pleasant day, pleasant afternoon, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.